How's it going, guys? It's Mecha-san here with a different type of video here. This is not really a reaction, though I will be bringing up a video here, but I've seen this already. Actually, I'm bringing up two videos here because this is actually a general talk I'm going to do here. So, as you guys all know, hopefully you people who've seen my channel here know that I'm a big fat Gundam fan. And mech fans in general, so anything Gundam related, I instantly jump in there like Scrooge McDuck dives into his money bin. Alright, and we recently got here last couple of days ago, less than a week ago, two big news here. One what we were expecting, and second one that was a big surprise. We have finally, after 20 years, nearly 20 years, the actual Mobile Suit Gundam Seed sequel movie. Wow, that's a big thing. And the other big news that, okay, we are getting a brand new OVA, 6 episode, 30-minute long each episode OVA, it's all CGI animated, called Mobile Suit Gundam Requiem of Vengeance. And the thing that makes this most unique, well, after so long, is that it's gonna be a multi country cast here because yes, it's not all Japan. The last movie that had a non-Japanese cast and crew in it was G Savior, and we don't know how that went here. The other big thing about this series is that it's all gonna be done in the Unreal Engine. There's more to it, but you know what? We'll get to that when we get to that here. Right now, I want to talk about this here. The Gundam Seed movie, called Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Freedom. And before I continue on, let's just watch this little cinematic, a little teaser trailer release here, the first promotional video. I got some things to say. Now, the latest in the Mobile Suit Gundam Seed series. Like the Jin, this, I'll get to that later. A decided destiny or freedom to resist. Got Laka's, Kira's got a new Supine suit. The Destroyer's coming back. Okay, just seeing facial look with Laka's. Old suit, Gundam Seed Freedom. Coming to theaters as a theatrical release. So yeah, the premise of this movie is clearly freedom versus destiny. The freedom to choose, or you are bound by destiny. And this feels like it's playing more off to the whole maybe Kira's status as the ultimate coordinator. We'll get to that when we get to that. I gotta admit, I do love this scene right here. Very poetic. We got the destroyed infrastructure, the wreck of a mobile suit, a Jin, but out of all that destruction caused by war, a single flower bursts out live, but then it gets blown away by, I guess, this here. Which, I gotta say, the CGI, they're using computer graphics and such, and the Jins kind of look a little off to me. I don't know tell me how you people think about this, but I can't help but view this and think they probably should have stuck to digital artwork. They're using a lot more CG for this. They got the money now after 20 years, and I gotta imagine that this is a flashback here to the first Bloody Valentine War, because why are they still using stock model Jins? I mean no disrespect to the Jins here, okay? But even by C Destiny here, they have been modified and upgraded here. And those that are owned by in rebel groups or non-military, they get customized in some way. If you guys remember the Jin Insurrection type from Stargazer? So Yeah, this gotta be a flashback here because I expect to see Zaku warriors by this point. And yeah, we see, of course, Kira. Unlike a lot of people, I don't hate Kira. Never have. I see what a lot of people complain about in Seed Destiny, where he was like a robot, like he didn't grow. That's the thing; he didn't have to grow. He already grew in the first series. He was matured, and to do this, to having grow again, well, we complain about how Atherin got the reset button in Seed Destiny, like all that maturity, and he got lost in Seed Destiny. So yeah, I mean, people complain about his holier than thou, and he certainly has that. We'll see. Again, I have no real issue. Maybe because I love his Gundam, and just wants to stop war. Just you use a Gundam in a way that's how I envision, believe a Gundam should be used. Should be used like. And we got Lacus. So, God, nice. All right, I'm assuming Lacus is holding hands with some. I don't know, but if we go back here to this scene, they definitely got very different clothing. I think I see a bouquet of flowers. So, could this be the official wedding? This scene, everything's screaming like this. This is a wedding of Kira and Lacus. About time! They're finally getting married. Let me get it done in an orb. Oh, yeah, look, we even see the ring right there. So, yeah, they officially tied the knot. Beautiful. Lacus receives some sort of Lacus Klein. She's not a now. Lacus Klein has the seed factor, but she's not a new type. It looks like she got like a new type Flash or something. We see Kira in. Okay, yeah, you can definitely tell this is a CGI Kira, the computer animated, big time. The pilot suit and helmet, intriguing. Colors are very different. This insignia. Yeah, we possibly got a new joint organization, probably someone to keep the peace. I'm thinking like the Guardian Force of Zoid's Chaotic Century, like after the war between the Republic and the Empire. Maybe, because we saw what happened in Seed and Seed Destiny here. Like, they failed to destroy Blue Cosmos, and it's still reorganized, and especially under Logos' domain. There are a bunch of nutbags still in the Atlantic Federation, and yeah, there were a bunch of people that were Zala fanatics in Seed Destiny here that still were really, really upset and hated the Naturals, especially people who lost family in Junior 7. Yeah, this is one of the things I liked. I really enjoyed this here, where it really did make war, at least, not that gray actually, it was more black and white. The space, like, the Earth Alliance was more Zeon, and Planet Zaft was more, well, the victim. They were the victim. Actually, even the 1 year war was pretty damn black and white. I got even more black and white theories go on here. It's like you had good people in it, but one side had a bunch of bigots here. The others, yeah, they had a superiority complex here, but then they was amplified by the hatred they felt with Junior 7, and no one could feel that. Here we got like Birdie, Zaft. What's interesting here is that we see the Destroy Gundam. It's come back. Probably a new Destroy Gundam like Destroy Mark II. But we've seen that, unfortunately, these things are now pushovers. It's like the first one was a hassle, and then the Destiny and the Legend easily just made mincemeat out of what? 4 or 5 of them on the moon? I also see this right here, which, okay, I can't, they're about to turn, but this guy right here, it looks like the blue gives me feelings of the XO from the Minerva. I could be wrong. And oh, nice shot here. We're inside, establishing shot that this is inside one of the plants. Got Lacus right there, who's yeah. This is a classic pose of Kira. I've seen it many times. We see evidence one, what George Glenn, the first coordinator, brought back from his expedition in Mars, and yeah, it's proof of other life that was beyond the solar system because they found this on one of the moons of Jupiter, and it came via a meteorite from beyond the solar system. So, proof of life that outside of Sol. There's also in the mangas here, also targeted at times by a bunch of radicals who think destroy this symbol of George Glenn and makes an impact or something. Okay, so it's a lot. Okay, so yeah, for record people, this has been part of the Mobile Suit Gundam Project Ignited initiative that Bandai and Sunrise announced in the conference they had. The whole thing was that I'm going to minimize this here because I got a bunch of other stuff to show here. Let me look here. Okay, we got that. It's Project Ignited here. We got the movie, of course. We got the life-size Gundam statue, Gundam Freedom Gundam statue in Shanghai, as well as the docks. We got the Gundam game, which was just a pachinko. I was pretty excited to hear there was gonna be a Gundam game, a new Gundam Seed game, and it turned out to be a pachinko game. And of course, if you guys have been watching, I have been reacting to the motion manga Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Eclipse, which is actually set in the in-between era here. The silent moment here between Seed and Seed Destiny, and it follows Orb as they try to do their job and keep some semblance of peace, as Orb reconstructs, and all that such. Summary-wise, we know that this is set in the Cosmic Era 75, 1 year after the events of Seed Destiny. Pretty short, actually, considering all the years have gone by, almost 20 years. I don't expect at least, 3 years to have gone by. Yeah, but look, the reason why this took so long is because, well, Fukuda's wife, Chiaki Morosawa, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She was the lead writer in Seed Destiny. She kind of was like the founder, like one of the top founders, big founders of the Cosmic Era timeline. And unfortunately, she had health issues. Even when she was getting treatment, she was able to complete the general draft for Seed Destiny, but yeah, after a condition, fortunately in 2006, she had to stop writing. And she and Fukuda did get married, and she became a housewife, had 2 kids, and things were going well, but unfortunately in 2016, she passed away. And Fukuda just, he obviously felt heartbroken, he didn't wanna, and now after all these years later, I think he's finally mourned, has accepted, and wants to complete this song, wants to complete this little last hurrah of his wife here, because from what I hear, they are going to use some story notes of this movie, for this movie here, so she's getting writing credits here. Morisawa's getting writing credits as she deserves. I'm a little worried here, because when this was announced, there was all those years ago, I kept watch over it as much as I could. And I even found this quote unquote summary of the upcoming movie. Now, it's obviously it's been a year since then, so the summary might be pointless, might be completely trash if it ever was authentic in the first place, which I doubt it was ever. But the summary read that this movie would be set like this already. I think it was just 2 years after the war, so you could already tell it's crap. And war looks like it's looming once more between the plants and the Earth Alliance because, hey, someone assassinated Lacus Klein, Kira has gone missing, and we're following a new character. That was the summary I remember reading way, way back. Like, I'm amazed I remember this much. But it just goes to show how much I was really excited for this movie. Now we know that's bullshit here. It's not gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen now. It's just that it's the time it's set in and the sort of themes here, which make me think could it be about Kira being ultimate coordinator, what it represents, or like what he said to Rala Crusade, like extension on that here. Like, I'm not defined by my abilities alone. My abilities don't define me. I'm not destined to any of that here. I make my own choices. I don't know. Maybe something else entirely. Either way, this is going to be a nice theatrical movie here. I'm excited to see what the Gundam's gonna be. Is he gonna obviously the Strike Gundam will still be very powerful? It's only been 1 year, but what's the next Gundam? What's the next type of Freedom Gundam? In that old supposed rough draft summary, there was also I found a piece of artwork that showed a new type of Freedom Gundam. That was a variable mobile suit. Looking back now, thinking back, it was most likely, if not obviously, just fan art. Damn good fan art too, because it had the transformation, showed how it looked like in mobile armor mode, wave rider mode, if you will, and I liked it a lot. So yeah, this is gonna be. I'm gonna be excited here. I wonder if they can get the original voice actors, English voice actors, to reprise their roles as, Lacus and Kira. We don't know what's gonna happen to Athrun, Kigali. Will they finally tie the knot here? Because the whole thing with Kigali is that she could not handle being in a relationship with Athrun and being chief representative of Orb. But we see here, hey, Kigali and Kira are finally getting married. If they can make it work, I don't see why they can't. And now we go to the next entry here, which I'm excited for, but not by much because I am so tired of 1 Year War. I keep bringing up the 1 Year War, anything like that. I'm just gonna keep saying, people, like, yes, the 1 Year War was a great. It's ripe for story, but we're overstuffing it stuff recently. It's getting too overexposure. With new stuff added in here, I'd rather go with what they're doing with that new manga that came out that just got translation. The one that follows that character that he piled that mobile armor in Belfast. That's a smart idea here, where they take these minor one-off characters and expand their story. And they also use it to flesh out the world here, so why Zeon's fighting this here, the whole thing about how the Federation heavily taxes for air and water in the colonies and expects so much from them. I think, okay, someone online here, because I remember hearing about it, reading about this, but I forgot where I saw this here. The certain draconian laws the Federation imparted on the inhabitants of the colonies. Something about, even gravity is taxed. Something about, and then indentured servitude here, where you have to work in the colonies for up to 3 generations. Just again, I need a clarification here. So if you guys can, I tried searching for it, but I couldn't find where I heard it. So if you guys know more, can direct me to where this is actually written, the source of it, please drop in the comment section down below. I'd very much appreciate it. But moving on here, so we got here Mobile Suit Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. Like I said, it's an OVA, 6 episodes, 30 minutes long. It's all done in CGI here, specifically in the Unreal Engine 5. Which a side question here, I've been trying to find out, but on what was MS Igloo animated on? I can't find it here. But yeah, but since I brought up MS Igloo, people have been saying this is gonna be like, is this a sequel to like MS Igloo or something? Because all CGI, and it's all told via a Xeon perspective. No, let me make that clear. They have gone on said this is not a sequel or a continuation of MS Igloo. Now, a lot of people are thinking, and in my opinion as well, that at best this is a spiritual successor, because like I said, it's told from the Xeon side of things. And what's interesting as well is that this is all going to take place in the point of view of the cockpit, a mobile suit cockpit. It makes me think that this OVA will have VR support, because come on, we have been begging since VR, since way before that here, after when VR was still in its infancy, that we get full-on virtual reality mobile suit cockpit, Bound to the Battlefield style game or something experience. Like, yes, you actually sit in a cockpit, a mobile suit of a Zaku, of a Jin, of a Dom. You know, give me a down. I want to know the difference here between Xionic's Zaku and Guff and Zimad's Dom. How different are the controls, the cockpit controls all look here? Like, you have to because I love that moment in Generation Genesis, and I think the Lost War Chronicle story, where we had a Xeon officer who just got his new Dom, and he was still like trying to figure out the controls here, because yeah, he was an old guy who was used to piloting Xeonic machines, and Zimad, it's a little different. So, but yeah, that is awesome, and let's watch this teaser here for it. Presents. Here we got. So, don't be interesting subject here where it's all being done in reverse. Let's see what, and okay, we got this. This is a Xeon pilot here with a pocket watch.
Red Wolves, prepare to drop.
Prepare to drop. Nice. I like it. Look very analog. Revolutionary War. So one of the things we learned about this is that this is set in the European front. Pretty much where Operation Odessa happened. The events of Kukuru Duan's Island, Belfast. I think, yeah, even some of the, side stories, didn't some of the story in Missing Link take place in Europe? We got the Gao attack carriers, and oh boy, yeah, they're like being attacked here. I'm looking at the bottom right there, and I can't help but think, is this really Europe, or is this the Battle of Jaburo? Zaku landing and destroying, like I think a radar installation, I guess. I like that. We see the Zaku's right there. They had parachute systems. slow down the descent. Yeah, because that is something that we take for granted a lot of times here, where mobile suits, they don't always have to rely on their thrusters here to control their descent and save on propellant. They use a parachute system. We saw that in Always MS Team, with at least on the Federation side with the ground Gundams. They had a Balut system. Oh. We got this guy here, which looks like he looks like swinging the axe. I think that must be the Red Wolf Zaku, which we see. We can tell that the shoulder shield is different, but he used a Heat Hawk, and my God, the fascism is strong in this scene right here, with those hats, the banners, and everything. Okay, I'm not that familiar with all of the ground vehicles used in the 1 Year War, but what's this one? Is this like, did we see it in a previously in another series or something, or is it something for this OVA? Spent bullet casings, and here we got main character, which her pilot suit. Wow, it's gotta be. This is definitely a custom suit here. It looks. I have seen so many of Zeon pilot suits here. This one looks looks pretty different here, like customized. Probably to represent she's an elite force, because the Red Wolves. Honestly, it's like my phone is messages. Sorry, people. I'm actually amazed that Red Wolf. Huh. No one's taken that code name before. We had the White Wolf of Zeon, and we never had the Red Wolf of. Huh. Okay. Oh, I'm noticing the reflection on her helmet. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, I really like all the setup here. Like, it looks very indicative here. The big thing about this is that this is gonna have the first time we have a cast and crew of non-Japanese origin since G Savior. G Savior was oh yeah, it was terrible, but it was really way too early. It was not ahead of its time. It was premature. People back then, Gundam wasn't that mainstream. No one really knew what they were doing, and the technology was, and CGI technology was just way too much in its infancy to accurately like make mobile suits. But I like what I'm seeing here. This is where we're gonna be seeing a lot in the cockpit. The question is, how? Is it gonna be like we're gonna see the point of view through the eyes of the pilot? Or we're gonna have different or that's only sometime we could get different angles all throughout the cockpit, seeing all the instruments and such. Much like when we saw that Stark Jagan pilot in Unicorn, the first start of Unicorn, like he handles all the controls, put all the buttons and such here to fire rockets, jettison some armor and all the dead weight. I'd be curious, of course. And of course, the biggest thing as well, that she can't be in the pilot seat all the time. We're gonna see this character get out of the pilot seat, and again, I would like to see that as well, as she opens the cockpit hatch, all the instruments move out of the way to allow her access to the exit, and have her converse. We learn more about her. Why is she fighting? And all that. Yeah, I love the setup here where it all looks very analog. That's the thing as well about, like, I feel like in the old suits here, especially with the way technology was portrayed in the original series, where for the 70s it was futuristic, But for us, it looks very much outdated and crude and primitive. It's a retro futurism. And I always saw like Xeon Tech, due to their lack of resources and manpowers compared to the Federation, that a lot of their technology looks far more, well, analog to analog base here, at least as a start. But as they gain more resources and new model mobile suits are made, they look far more advanced. Case in point here was the Guff that Rumble Raw used, in which it looked like it was making calculations and figuring out enemy patterns and such here, which doesn't never seem like a Zaku can do it. That said, of course, in other side stories, we have seen how Zaku's can be upgraded to experiment, to have new technologies, or just specific technology for a specific group. Like the Xeon team from Zeonic Front, their Zaku's were equipped with the most advanced in seismic sensors, thermal visions, and all that. Even though I think the Zaku, stock Zaku's came with that, but I love to see the scene here where the Zaku's the lights go on, the screens go green, the highlight. Yeah, but Zaku right there, and yeah. Also, 11 months after, I'm guessing that's the altimeter, altitude meter. See the hands, the servos, like flexing, warming up here as it grips the 120 millimeter machine gun. And we got a time limit as well here, like 11 months after the start of the Revolutionary War, after the start of the 1 Year War. 1 Year War started on January 3rd. So we're in late November, early December. When was the Battle of Odessa? God, nuts. I forgot when the Battle of Odessa was. Let me look it up here. Look up the Gundam Wiki here, which I know gets a lot of crap, but eh. Okay, Operation Odessa. Yeah, it's November. It was on November 7th to November 10th. This feels like it's gonna be after. Because if it's 11 months here, then yeah, I mean, feels like it should be after the Battle of Odessa then, and more into the Battle of Jaburo. Okay, and we can already see from this image the difference between her Zaku, in which it seems to have these antennae on the side here, but it has no commander spike, which typically, insinuated that she's ahead, she's leading this team and everything like that. And of course, we go here where we see the poster for Gundam Requiem of Vengeance, and we've got an actual Gundam type that's going to appear. And if we scroll down right here, we see it. Okay, open image of new tab. Let me just zoom in here. So here we got I'm focusing on our main character here, who, red-headed Xeon pilot. definitely a customized pilot suit here, denoting her status as a more elite unit here, or just a special unit here, because I've even seen the elites not have pilot suits that are really no different than the rest. So it's experimental type here, testing it out. Who knows? And here we got her Zaku, who I don't know, man. Looks like it has Vulcan guns on her head. That's very rare. But other than that, the antennae on the side here and this shoulder shield, it looks like on the outside different Zaku, like no different than the sorry, Bob. I get tongue tied a lot when I'm speaking so much. But like I was saying, it looks no different than the stock model type Zaku's. What type it is? I'm assuming it's an F type here, which is the standard all-rounder Zaku. It could be a J type here, which were made for the ground specifically. Could even be some sort of modified S type, or even a retrofitted C type Zaku. Who knows? I also noticed that this shoulder is also black, which weird because with a name like the Red Wolves, I thought they would have like red shoulders or stuff, or red shield here as well, something to denote their ranks. But they don't even have a personal insignia. This right here. We see the standard Xeon emblem here. There is no unit specific emblem like what the Midnight Fenrir's have, or the White Ogre had in MS Igloo Gravity Front. And here we get to the more divisive part. This is the Gundam that I guess will be the enemy. Yeah, to say I'm of two minds is an understatement. First of all, what we know is that this is indeed an RX78 type. Huh. I'm confused. The head is really different. The torso reminds me of the GPO-1, and that won't get made for a while. The shoulders makes me think this thing is possibly heavily modified from a Gundam ground type. It's got the beam rifle that, yeah, it's the gun cannon's beam rifle, but modified, and well, the shield is the most distinct feature. I mean, this can't be a ground type Gundam because those are the RX-79. This is RX-78 here, so could we be looking at something like the Pixie Gundam line here, which were also RX-78? Maybe. Another theory I had about this is, well, this could be one of the RX-78-1s. Let me explain. Now, when we all think the Gundams, each one are one of a kind, but that's not really the case here. You guys know about the prototype Gundam, the RX78-1. If we go down to the artwork, at least let's see. Here we go. Look at that. Depending on how you view this, people, because it varies. But here we got like two RX78-1, probably three or four. And fun fact, people, but inside 7, when Zeon attacked, the Federation had actually 3 of each suit there. They had 3 gun tanks, 3 gun cannons, and 3 RX78-2 Gundams. They were all in various states of assembly, with only the Gundam that we know, the one that Amuro eventually pilots, being assembled. But yeah, they were 3 RX78-2. So, who's to say that there aren't 3 or maybe even more of the RX78-1 prototype Gundams? That could be it here, where in the end, this guy here is one of the RX78-1s that they modified. They modified and turned to another experiment, to a new experimental test bed, or something else. We don't know yet. All we got right now is theories, but that's what I hear. This is an RX78 series, so it's a Gundam. And until we learn more, that's all we got. But it's good enough, and I'm excited here. So, going back to more about this. The message from the video, from the producer here, director. Okay, we got director is Aramis. I can't even pronounce that name. Sorry, but yeah, Gavin Heinite. We got executive producer. We got some people on staff. So yeah, but it's a very mixed ethnic cast here, from the music, and the mech designer is. I have no idea what this person has done, but yeah, I don't. Akino Okuwara, which. But yeah, we got it written by Gavin Heinite, who made Tenken Bloodline, Transformers Cyberverse, and the Marvel Spider-Man video game. So I got him. That's pretty damn good. With director who did Biohazard, Infinite Darkness, mixed bag, and worked on the Star Citizen video game. Rise Son of Rome. I haven't played that game, but I haven't heard that good news. And the Crisis series. That is good pedigree. Again, this is a very mixed bag. Taking Bloodlines. I don't know, but Transformers Cyberverse. Okay, and of course, Marvel Spider-Man. So yeah, we'll see here. But I think we got of course the synopsis here, which says European front of one-year war conflict, and yeah, the series followed the themes such as conflict and love seen in previous Gundam titles, as well as human drama depicted through the clash of pilots who operated mobile weapons called mobile suits. Overall, I can say that I'm not gonna feel anything for Zeon. It's like, I'm sorry, I hate Zeon. While I can understand they have every right to be mad at the Federation, and the Federation are by no means saints. Whatever goodwill one could have had for Zeon, they destroyed it in the 1 week battle. It's like, these guys just have pure victim complexes. And yeah. So I'll be cheering for these guys to die, even though I know. Yeah. But I am excited here. I'll be curious to see what they can do with the Unreal Engine. And this, if we see just how well they can do this here, it's like, we might be even, I mean, I look at these graphics and I think, God, this would be great for a new Gundam video game. Like, yes, more story here. Like, at this point, yes, just have the original story here of Gundam retold again in video game format with some extra bits, some what-if scenarios unlocked here, and also have the other characters. I would love a remake of Rise from the Ashes, which I never played on the Dreamcast. Give me a retelling of the Missing Link with this engine. Does a damn good job here, making this mobile suit look so incredible. And yeah, I'll even play the Zeon side of things, see how it's like. Yeah, I can't help but see this and be reminded of the opening for Zeonic Front. Okay, so yeah, people, tell me what you all think. Both Gundam Seed Freedom and Mobile Suit Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. It all looks spectacular, and yeah, what's your opinion on this Gundam? The Zaku, well, looks like a Zaku just with some customization that you'd expect from a special task unit, special squad. Other than that, it's like, and it's the European frontier. So what? Like when the retreat, because after Odessa, a lot of Zeon forces scattered about, went underground. Then they committed to try to take on Jaboro with what little they had. Hmm. Uh, I'll, whatever the case is, you can expect that I will be doing a reaction to both of these properties. More Gundam, more power. So everyone, so everyone, thank you for watching. Tell me, do you want more of these kind of videos here where I just talk with you guys and discuss things, break it down? Tell me in the comments down below, because I've got the idea to talk about the upcoming, the announced remake of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and how they can make that not just a remake, but also a sequel for Assassin's Creed. Tell me down below. Until then, this is Mecha-san. I'll see you guys next time.